Welcome everyone. Welcome to Barre Sculpt. My name is Amanda. For today we're going to switch up just a little bit, and as always there's an option to use ankle weights the entire duration of the class. And we're going to use a band. So I recommend maybe having a variety here, maybe a super light band and a heavier band. We'll use this for just about the entire duration of the class, and we're going to be on the floor the entire class, so no worries about standing up the entire time. So let's even start our warm-up on the floor, coming to a tabletop position with your wrists under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. Go ahead and tuck your toes, bring your gaze up toward the ceiling, hammock your belly down, lifting your hips up, and then flatten out your toes. You scoop and arch your spine, rounding upwards. One more time through. Tuck the toes, gaze up towards the ceiling, pressing the earth away from your shoulders, and then flatten out the toes, scoop and arch, rounding your spine, and then go ahead and come back to a neutral spine, nice flat back from here. Maybe move your hips from side to side, warming up the side hips. Maybe drawing a few circles, hips towards your wrist, down and around, and making sure to switch directions, keeping everything nice and symmetrical. And then switching sides. Once you finish up wherever you're at, go ahead and find your tabletop once again. We're going to extend our knees wide, coming to a wild child's pose for a nice stretch, pressing your hips back towards your heels. Extend your arms out long out in front of you, grounding through all 5 fingers on each hand. Maybe resting your chin or your forehead onto the floor. Focus on your breathing here. Maybe tempt your fingers, lifting your palms off of the ground. Release them back down. Go ahead and walk yourself back up to a tabletop position, bringing your shoulders over your wrist, your hips over your knees. Go ahead and extend your right leg straight back. Flex your right toes. We're going to pulse it for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring that right leg over to the outside of your left, gazing over your left shoulder for a nice stretch. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bring your right knee back in line with your left. Extend your left leg straight out, flexing your left toes down towards the floor. Pulse it for 3, 2, and 1. Release that left leg over to the right diagonal on the outside of your right leg, looking over your right shoulder. Hold it there for 3, 2, and 1. Bring that left knee back in line with the right. Maybe move your hips side to side once more. Go ahead and bring your right arm up towards the ceiling. Sweep it under through a left side body. One more time here. Right arm sweeps up towards the ceiling, opening up that chest. And then under and through, hovering here for 3, 2, and 1. Release that right arm down low for a nice shoulder stretch. Maybe bringing your cheek or your forehead down towards the floor. And coming back up. Right arm sweeps up towards the ceiling and back down. Now for the left side, 2 times here. Left arm sweeps up towards the ceiling, under and through the right side body. One more time through. Left arm sweeps up, under and through, hovering and holding it. Go ahead and release that left arm down, maybe bringing your left ear or cheek towards the floor. Hips stay lifted. And then pressing back up, left arm sweeps up and back down. All right, feel free to roll your shoulder blades forward and backwards, shaking out anything that you may need to, anything additional. Make sure you stay hydrated. Keep those bands close by you. From here, we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's get the fun going. We're going to lay onto our left side. From here, you can just prop your head up with your left arm. We're going to bend our knees. From here, go ahead and extend your right leg, right arm straight, long in opposite directions. From this position, we're going to crunch the knee towards the elbow and then extend. Reaching long and extending. Keeping it going. Still moving. I'm going to grab my timer. You got it. Still going. Top elbow towards top knee, full extension. Really reaching that arm longer, reaching the toes further away from you. Keep it going, moving with control. Just a few more here in this side. You've got it. Right arm, right leg extends long in opposite direction, crunching them together. Maybe they tap, maybe they just come close. That's it. Give me 3 more. Full extension. Strong point through those toes. All right, last one. From here, go ahead and hold your knee in towards your elbow. Go ahead and box out your top right arm so your right arm is bent down. We're going to try to tap the knee of the elbow and then press up towards the ceiling. Knee towards elbow and then press up. Of course, your knee does not have to touch your elbow. You just want to move it in that direction. Strong flex through your right toes. Try to avoid really pressing anything into that left side. Maybe wiggle those left toes and then relax them down. That's it. Just a few more here on this side. Warming up that body, very similar to a wide second plie position by bending your knees, opening up those hips. Just a few more here on this side, and then we're going to switch directions, switching sides here. Keep it going. You've got it. Moving with control, knee towards the elbow, and then kicking up towards the ceiling. That's it. All right, wherever you're at, go ahead and switch sides. This time, laying onto your right side, prop your head up with your right hand. Ooh, lost my space. Go ahead and bend your knees. From here, your top arm extends out far overhead. Top leg extends out. We're going to crunch everything together and then extend. Warming up that oblique. Maybe stronger point through your top left toe as you extend it far away. And once again, your elbow does not have to tap your knee. You do want it moving in that direction. Keeping it going. We have those ceiling kicks coming up next, keeping everything symmetrical. Whatever we do on one side, we are guaranteed to do on the other side, so there's no surprise for the second round. You got it. That's it. Give me 1 more. Go ahead and keep that top left hand boxed out, elbow towards the ceiling. Keep your left elbow in towards your left knee in towards your left elbow. And then kicking your leg up towards the ceiling and then bending. Keep it going. Maybe flex more towards your left toes up towards the ceiling. Keeping that bottom leg, your right leg, just relaxed. Maybe wiggle out those toes if you need to. And then relax everything, trying to avoid pushing anything into that right side. That right side already did this work. Now it gets to relax. Keep it going. Heel towards the ceiling. Your upper body is completely still, not moving. You got this. Slow and controlled. Think the stronger you press up, the more powerful your kick is going to be. Keep it going. We're going to grab that band next. Placing it around our ankles. All right, go ahead and grab your band, whichever resistance you like to choose. From here, we're going to place it around the bottom arch of your foot and around our top ankle. So you want to have your lower leg around the arch, your top leg around your ankle. From here, go ahead and come back, laying down onto the floor. Extend your legs out long in front of you. From here, we're going to send the leg out forward and then bring it back. So you can have that bottom leg straight. You can also have a bend in that bottom leg. Most important thing, this top leg here, this leg is bent. So depending on where you place that lower leg is going to add some resistance for you if it's straight. It's also going to contract your core, adding more resistance to your abs. Your top right leg is flexed. Your top right leg is even straighter than you could ever imagine. Keep it going. That's it. Keep it moving. Go ahead and pulse it out in front. Tiny pulse. Give me 3 more. That's 2. And 1. All right, stay with me. Hold that leg out in front of you as far as you can. From here, we're going to bend that knee and extend. So that top leg is lifted. You're working that outer hip. While bending and extending that top leg, you're working your quad here, the top part of your thigh. that lower leg isn't moving. Try to avoid flexing through that left foot. Just relax that left side. Just working that top side. Keep your top right foot flexed. Try to keep your knee just where it was at when we first started. Just bending and extending. That's it. Core is nice and engaged. Keep it going. Almost there. We're going to add some more movement into that top leg. I know it burns. You should feel that burn by now. Keep that knee lifted. That's it. Go ahead and hold that knee bent. Hold that knee about hip width apart. Go ahead and box out your top right arm. You guessed it. Draw that knee to the elbow and then kick it straight back. So very similar to where we started, but we're just adding in the resistance of that band. Keep it going. Pressing your knee up towards the same elbow, same shoulder, and then pressing it straight back. Keeping your feet and your knees about hip width apart. Keeping them parallel so you want to avoid leaning up or any of that nonsense. You've got it. Keep it going. Just moving along the same plane. Imagining that there is a board on top of your hip that's not allowing your leg to come higher than that. You've got it. You're going to feel it in your hamstrings and in your glutes as you kick it straight back. You're going to feel it in your quads as you raise that knee towards your chest. All right, go ahead and hold that knee bent. From here, you can bend both of your knees. Still with that band around your ankles. We're going to press the knees open and then release down. So you can, of course, keep your feet together and just open and close your knees. If you're able to control this motion without rolling forwards or backwards, keeping your top right hip directly under your bottom, you're also welcome to raise that foot with that knee, keeping it in line. Keep it going, pressing that knee up towards the ceiling, still going. That band remains around your bottom arch and your top ankle. Keep it going, working that outer hip. That's it. Try to keep that lower leg glued to the floor. All right, go ahead and bring that band around both of your ankles. From here, we're going to do a very similar move. We're going to keep our knees glued together. Our feet are together, but we're going to separate our toes. So our toes are apart and our heels are together. I'm going to keep saying knees. From here, it's going to open and close our top knee. So we're holding that bottom leg lifted. Very similar to what we just did, except we're really isolating this top leg. We're also focusing on the outer lower calf. Open and close. Maybe that band is just hanging a little bit loose this time. That's perfectly fine. We'll get back into the resistance here shortly. Keep it going. So your toes are in first position. Your heels are together. Your toes are apart, making that V. Your lower leg and top leg remain glued together. Your heels are glued together and they're lifted. Keep it going. All right, go ahead and extend your legs out in front of you. All right, we're going to keep working that outer hip here. Keep the top right foot flexed. You can just relax the lower left leg. Right leg is straight. You can have a micro bend that lower leg from here. Just a raise and a lower. Slow and controlled. Try not to release that top right leg all the way down. You want to keep that resistance on. Keep the challenge going. You're leaned up against the floor to allow all the work to be in your top right leg. Normally when we're standing, we tend to push through our opposite working leg. This way we allow all the focus on the working leg. Keep it going. Core is nice and engaged. Just raise and lower. We're going to add some movement here to that top leg in just a minute. That's it. All right, go ahead and point that top leg. Keep that leg hovering. Now we're going to do rainbow arches. Forward, maybe you tap the floor. Up and over to the back. Maybe you tap the floor again. Keep it going. Your core is engaged. Activate your glutes. Keep everything nice and tight. Try to avoid allowing yourself to roll forwards or to roll backwards, keeping your core nice and engaged by squeezing your glutes, engaging your abs. Your top hip is directly over your bottom. You can box your top hand out to help you prevent from rolling forwards and backwards. If you like more of a challenge and you're not rolling forwards or backwards, you can release that top right arm up towards the ceiling, wherever you're at, still moving. Leg forward, maybe it taps, maybe it just comes super close. Leg back, again, maybe it taps, maybe it just comes super close. You've got it. That's it. Give me one more on each. Forward, up, and over to the back. Bring it back to center. Go ahead and release your heels together. So you're drawing that first position again. So slightly challenging when you're laying on the floor, but just think heels together, toes are apart, even if it's just a centimeter or if it's 5 inches. We're going to do a V stretch here. So our leg is up to the top, tap your heel back down, out to the back, tap it back down. Super slow, super controlled. So you're moving that top leg in diagonal, out to the back, release it back down, out in front, release it back down. So only your heels are tapping. Your toes are staying apart, making that V with your feet, as well as making that V shape with your legs. Keep it going. We're going to lay onto our stomachs next, so just enjoy this work on the right side. That's it. Give me one more on each side. All right, go ahead and roll onto your stomach, still with that band around your ankles. It's going to be our BFF for this entire class. From here, you just bring your palms facing down, coming to a Sphinx pose with your elbows close and your feet are hip width apart and parallel. Point your toes. We're going to raise and lower. Just a raise and lower. Keep it going. Almost there. Still going. Still moving. Just a raise and a lower. Both ankles. So you're working into your back. You're working into your glutes. One more. Go ahead and hold your left foot flat on the floor. Keep that right leg to a hover. We're just going to raise and lower that right leg. If your toes get a little cramped, mine tend to do so. Just wiggle them out and then come right back into it. We'll be here waiting for you. Just that right leg raise and lower. That band stays around your ankles. Just add a little extra resistance as you raise and lower that leg up towards the ceiling. Imagining that you're kicking your foot up towards the floor. That right leg is straight. That right toe is pointed. You can flex, relax, or point your left toe. Just a few more here, just like this. That's it. Raise and lower. A few more. Squeeze that right glute. All right, go ahead and release that right leg down. Maybe shake it out. All right, now we have that left side. Point the left toes, maybe hover that leg. You can flex, relax, or point the right toe, and then just raise and lower. Working into that left side. Don't forget to keep your core nice and engaged. Your hip muscles are pressing into the floor. Gaze is forward. Try to avoid straining your neck from looking side to side. Focus on your breathing here. That's it. Just a raise and a lower. Just the left leg is moving. Stronger point through the left toe. Straighter left leg. Squeeze your glute at the top. Hold for a second and then release it back down. Think slower, more controlled movements. All right, go ahead and point both of your toes. Hold your legs lifted. You guessed it. Go ahead and pulse out and bring it back in. Tiny little pulses out. So if you thought that we were done working that outer hip, think again. We're still working the outer hip. That's it. Keep it going. Pulse open and close. Moving here with control. That's it. Just an open and close. Gaze is forward. Still going. Still moving. Open and close. Pressing your abs into the floor. Forearms are pressed down into the earth. Palms are nice and pressed into the floor. Fingertips spread wide. That's it. Give me one more. Go ahead and release the leg down. Maybe shake it out a little bit. Go ahead and bend into your right heel and then tap down. So we're bending just that right leg and then tapping it back down. If you find that that band is moving up your left ankle, the leg that's not moving, you can also move that band around your left ankle, around your left arch of your foot and on your right ankle. You want to bend your right heel towards your glutes and then extend it back long. Flex the right toes. Just the knee bends and extends. Think slower, more controlled movement. Keep it going. Bend and extend. Almost there. You've got it. That's it. Give me one more. All right, go ahead and hold that right foot, relax. Go ahead and flex your left toes. Now we have the left side. Just bend and extend. Same thing here. If you're finding that by keeping the tube or the band around both of your ankles, you can go ahead and place that band around the arch of your foot, the right foot that's not moving, and keep it around your ankle that you're pulling towards your glutes. Keep it going. Left heel presses towards your glutes and then releasing back down. Slow and controlled. Core is nice and engaged, really pressing your forearms, pressing your palms into the floor. That's it. Wherever you're at, give me one more. All right, go ahead and bend both of your knees so your heels are in towards your glutes. From here, we're going to press both heels up and release down. So you're pressing up and releasing down. Imagining that you're pressing both of your heels up. Imagine there's a machine on your back and you're trying to lift it up super high. Pressing the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. That's it. Keep it going. Slow and controlled. If you get a cramp, that's okay. Just stretch it out. Come back into it. It happens to the best of us. You've got it. Keep it going. Push through all the way to the very end. Pressing up. Releasing down. Maybe gazing between your forearms. Gazing out in front of you. Whatever feels good to your body today. From here, go ahead and release your left leg down. So from here, you might want to go ahead and place it around the arch of your left foot. Keep your left toes flexed. Your right heel is close in towards your glute. Let's go ahead and place it around both arches. From here, we're going to press up and releasing down. So just that right leg is pressing up towards the ceiling and then extend. 3 presses up, extend, and bend. Keep it going. You can adjust that band as much as you need to, whatever works for you. 3 presses up. And then release that right knee, extend, and bend. 3 presses. Release it down, extend, and bend. Last one here on the right side. And that's right, you guessed it. Now we have the other side. Go ahead and place it around the arch or your heel, whatever feels good to you around your ankle. Bend your left foot, Relax your right toes or flex them. We're going to press up for 3, 2, and 1. Release the leg down, extend, and bend. Press it up for 3, 2, and 1. Release it down, extend, and bend. Keep it going. We're going to lay onto our right side next to complete exactly where we started. And this time working on the opposite side. Release down, press it up, keep it going. 3 presses up, really trying to stamp the sole of your left foot up towards the ceiling. That's it. Give me 1 more. Release it down. Go ahead and come onto your right side or the opposite side that you did previously. Laying onto your side, just like you're laying at the beach or relaxing, maybe reading a good book. From here, go ahead and lay all the way down. From here, place the band around your lower arch and the top of your foot. We're going to extend that leg out in front and then press it back. So same thing here. You can bend that lower leg, allowing you to press that foot up forward in front of your hip a little bit more. Keep it going. Flexing your top left foot. Your left leg is straighter. Keep it going. Relaxing your lower right leg. Core is engaged. Firing up the top of your quad as you press forward and squeezing your glute as you extend the leg back. Trying to avoid rolling forwards or backwards. Keep your core nice and engaged. Drawing your navel deep into your spine. Squeeze your glutes. From here, go ahead and hold your leg out in front. We're just going to bend and extend that front top leg. Keeping your knee and your feet hip-width apart. Keeping your toes facing out in front of you so we're not drawing that V shape just yet. We're keeping the toes parallel. Keep it going. Really pressing out in front and then flexing that foot. That's it. Moving here with control. Think slower, more controlled movements. Keeping that leg out in front, just bending and extending. Keeping your knee and your foot hip height. That's it. We're going to add even more movement into that top knee in just a second. All right, go ahead and keep that leg straight back. We're going to press the knee up to the chest and then kick it back. You can box out your top arm to not only give you more support from rolling forwards and backwards, but to also give you some direction on where you want to draw your knee towards. If that's hindering you from drawing it even further up, you can extend that arm up towards the ceiling, out in front of you, place it on your hip. Maybe your knee taps your shoulder. Go for whatever you can today. Pressing the knee up towards the chest or the shoulder and then pressing it straight back. Keep it going, slow and controlled. Your left toe is flexed. Your knees are hip-width apart and parallel. Keep it going. Really pressing that knee up towards the same shoulder and then pressing it back. From here, go ahead and hold both of your knees bent, bringing that band just around the ankle. You can press up and release down, working that outer side clamshell. You can also keep the feet together and just raise and lower. The difference between this is that we're not doing anything with this lower leg. So the next round that we do, we'll lift that lower leg and we'll make a V shaped with our feet. You're just working that top hip, whether you're controlling it by lifting the foot with the knee or you're just lifting the knee. Keeping it going, core remains nice and engaged. Your top hip is stacked directly over your bottom. Moving with control. Just a few more here. That's it. Just a raise and a lower. From here, go ahead and zip your legs together. We're going to lift the heels up. Go ahead and extend the toes out. So whether it's, again, 1 centimeter or 5 inches, you want your big toes separated, your heels to touch. From this position, maybe your elbow wide behind your head, we're just opening and closing that top knee. So we're really elevating that top leg. Core is nice and engaged. We're going to extend those legs straight here in just a minute. That's it. Just a raise and a lower. Core is engaged. Just an open and close. Give me one more. One more from that last one. All right, go ahead and release your legs straight out. Go ahead and bring the band around your ankles. From here, you can point or flex the toes. Top leg, we want to raise and lower. Try to avoid pressing off from that lower leg. So maybe just relaxing that lower foot, keeping your top left leg flexed. Your left leg is straighter. Most important thing is that this top left hip is stacked directly over the bottom right. So if you're rolling forwards or you're teeter-tottering backwards, maybe between the two, just keep your hand out in front of you to keep yourself nice and stable, pressing your palm into the floor, simultaneously raising and lowering that top left leg. Just a raise and a lower. We're going to add that movement into that top leg as we point our toes. Coming up next. That's it. Go ahead and hold that left leg slightly lifted. Point the toes. Now we have that rainbow arch. Bring it down in front. Lift it up and bring it behind. So you do not have to tap the floor. Of course, if you want to or if you can, that is perfectly fine. But do not stress about it if you can't tap the floor. And same thing here. You want to avoid rolling forwards and backwards. Maybe keeping that top hand boxed out in front. You can also bring your arm up towards the ceiling if you're able to control yourself. Don't worry about the height that you're getting that top left leg, or if you're tapping the floor, you want to just move in that direction, making that beautiful rainbow arch up and over. You're going to feel the resistance because of the band around your ankles. You're going to feel it in your outer left hip. That is exactly where you want to feel it. Still going and moving. That's it. Give me one more on each. Forwards, up and over, tap back, up and over. Go ahead and draw your heels to touch. So you're in that lane first position. Heels are touching. Your big toes are separated. From here, we're going to draw that V shape once again. So your leg is up to the diagonal. Bring it back down. Back to diagonal. Bring it back down. Keep it going. You're working different muscles of that outer right hip, drawing that leg up to the front diagonal, your heels to tap, drawing it back to the back diagonal. Keep it going. The diagonal is up to you. The height of your diagonal is up to you. Keep it moving. That's it. Give me one more. All right, go ahead and release it down. We're going to go ahead and come into a high plank position, and we're going to alternate between high plank and low plank. So we're going to start with high. We're going to do the exact same thing in high as the exact same thing as low. So your wrists are on your shoulders. Extend your legs straight back. From here, with the band still around your ankles, tap the right leg out. Bring it in. Tap the left leg out. Bring it in. Right leg lifts. Set it down. Left leg lifts. Set it down. Come on down to your forearms. Right toe tap out. Bring it in. Left toe tap out. Bring it in. Right heel lift. Bring it down. Left heel lift. Bring it down. Go ahead and come back up to a high plank. Start the left side this time. Left toe taps out. Bring it in. Right toe taps out. Bring it in. Left heel raise. Lower. right heel raise, lower. Come on down to your forearms. Left side again, tap it out. This is the last one. Lift, lower, lift, lower. All right, go ahead and release your knees down. From here, we're going to come onto our back. Bring the band around your palms. From here, we're going to just have a seat from the same position. We're going to extend our legs out in front. We're going to reach our arms overhead. We're going to roll all the way back. Your toes are flexed. Arms are shoulder width apart, rolling all the way back up. Your core is engaged. Reach for your toes. Maybe reach past your toes. Keep it going. Lift up overhead. Draw it all the way back up. That's it. Little intermission here. Give me 2 more. Think slower, more controlled. 1 vertebrae at a time as you roll back. Thumbs to tap. Arms come up. Rolling all the way up. Reach for the toes. Reach past your toes if you can. And back. Last time. All right. Go ahead and hold it lifted. From here, we're going to bring our knees bent. Your feet are flat on the floor. So with your palms out in front, your band is around your palms, around your wrists. Roll backwards. From here, we're going to pulse out. Bring it in. Tiny little pulses out, just working the arms. You're simultaneously working your core. Keep it going. That's it. Just a few more like this. Feet are flat on the floor. Keep your back towards the floor so that you can roll back further. Perfect. If you're more of an upright position, that's okay. Focus on opening and closing your palms towards one another. So you want to keep that resistance on, so don't let your palms to touch. Keep it going. Almost there. That's it. From this position, you can extend your legs a little bit further out so you're making more of like a 180-degree bend in your knees. From here, we're going to tap our right elbow to our left knee. Come back, roll back, and then roll up. Tap your left elbow to your right knee. Bring it forward, roll back. Keep it going. Rolling up, right elbow to left knee. Maybe they tap, maybe they just come super close. You're working into those deep obliques, the deep core muscles coming up. Left elbow towards right knee. Bring it back. That's it. Give me 1 more on each side. Keep it going. Roll it up. Left elbow to right knee this time. All right. Go ahead and hold it here. Your heels can be pressed into the floor. You can also have your feet flat if that's more comfortable for you. Roll back, still with that band between your palms. We're going to rotate to the left, draw center, arms raised, arms out in front, over to the right, bring it center, arms raised, arms forward. Keep it going, moving here with control, arms raised, arms lower, you got it. Over to the right, arms raised, arms out in front, over to the left. Moving here with control. Slow and intake, feet are flat or heels press into the ground. That's it. Keep it going. Almost there. Arms raised, arms forward, and tap. That's it. Give me 1 more on each side, only because it's so much fun. All right, raise up, bring it forward. Last one. Bring it center, arms raised, and bring it center. Go ahead and release that band from your wrist. We're going to draw it around our thighs. We're going to roll all the way back, laying onto our back. The band is just on your thighs. Bring it just above your knee. So the closer in towards your hip it is, the easier it is. So keep that resistance on. Keep it around your knees. Go ahead and draw your knees to a tabletop position. From here, your feet are flexed. Your arms are up towards the ceiling. We're going to send our right arm, left leg. Draw it back in together. Just the right arm and left leg. Extend. Draw it in. Your neck can be flat on the floor. You can also tuck your chin, holding in that crunch, working the upper abs, while simultaneously working the lower abs as your left leg, right arm extends in opposite directions, and then draw it back in. That's it. Keep it going. Slower and more controlled. All right, give me 2 more here. Left leg, right arm. That's it. 1 more. All right, now we're going to switch. Right leg, left arm, extend. Draw it back to the reverse tabletop. So it's as if your fingertips and your knees are tapping the ceiling, and then you're extending them. Your right arm and left leg is not moving. Completely still. Keep it going. Maybe resting your head on the floor. You can also hold that crunch, keeping your chin in close towards your chest. Whenever you draw your chin into your chest, think about having a clementine under your chin, so you're not actually tapping your chin to your chest, but it's just close towards there. Imagine you have a clementine under your chin. You don't want to burst it, so you want to keep that small distance between. That's it. Give me 1 more. All right, go ahead and release your feet down to the floor. From here, walk your feet out so your feet are slightly wider than your hips. Your heels are turned inwards as your toes are turned outwards, coming to a first position, except your heels are apart. From here, palms press in by your side. We're going to do a glute bridge raise and lower. So your shoulders remain pressed into the floor. You're just raising and lowering your hips, squeezing at the top, releasing back down. Slow and controlled. That's it. Engage your core. Squeeze everything as you lift. Release everything as you lower. Keeping it going. Almost there. We're going to hold those hips lifted in just a second, just to close out. Nice finale with our glutes. All right, next one, I want you to hold the hips lifted, grounding through all 3 points of both of your feet, and press your knees out very gently. Tiny presses out, keeping your hips nice, so avoid letting your hips scoop down. You want to keep your hips nice and high. Tiny presses out with your knees. That's it. Little pulse outs. Keep it going. Pressing your knees further out than where you started, drawing them back into where they started. So you're not coming to your knees to touch. You want to avoid your knees coming towards one another at all costs. You've got this. Keep it going. Tiny little presses. Hips stay lifted. Squeeze your glutes. Activate your core. Draw your navel into your spine. Gazes up towards the ceiling. Grounding through your big toe, out to your pinky, back towards your heel on both feet. Give me 3 more. That's 2. Last one. Go ahead and release down. Go ahead and take that band off of your thighs. You can set it off to the side. Maybe bringing the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. You can grab the underside of your soles of your feet or the back side of your thighs, whatever you prefer today. Maybe rolling from one side to the next. When you get there, you can come and find your center. You can extend both legs straight for a nice hamstring stretch. You can also extend one, bending the other, and then of course switching, keeping everything symmetrical. Go ahead and extend both of your legs, draw your knees into your chest, wrap yourself like a ball, rock and roll yourselves a few times along your spine, and then go ahead and come to a seated position. From here, you want to extend your right leg, draw your left sole of your foot inside of your right leg, flex your right toe, and then point. Just alternate flexing and pointing the right toes. Chin and chest stays nice and lifted. Shoulders stacked directly over your hips. That's it. Give me one more. Go ahead and hold the right foot flex. Bring your right hand behind your right hip. Left arm comes up overhead. And then bringing that right hand to the outside of your left hand to the outside of your right foot, maybe your ankle, your calf, or your thigh. Just avoiding your knee at all areas. Really reaching down. Maybe gazing out underneath your left armpit. Wherever you're at, holding it for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come on up. Roll your shoulders back. Roll them forward. Switch sides. Extend your left leg long. Draw the sole of your right foot in towards your left thigh. From here, hands down by your sides. Just alternate pointing and flexing that left leg. Stay up nice and tall. Shoulders stacked directly over your hips. Grind through both of your sit bones. Next one, go ahead and hold your left toes flexed, your left hand behind your left hip. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling and reach it towards the outer left foot, maybe your outer left ankle, your calf, or your thigh, avoiding the knee. Maybe gazing down, looking out under your right armpit, then holding it wherever you're at for 3, 2, and 1. Gently rolling up on your next exhale. Go ahead and draw the soles of your feet together, heels in close towards your body. Maybe butterfly your legs. Again, shoulders are stacked directly over your hips. Relax your shoulders down from your ears. Maybe press your elbows in towards your thighs. Nice proud chest. If you'd like a deeper lower back stretch, you're welcome to stay here. You can also extend your legs out, making more of a diamond shape with your legs. Place your hands underneath your calves and then place the palm on the top shoelace portion of your feet. Nice long spine and then round forward, bringing the crown of your head towards your heel, maybe your arch or your big toes. And holding it for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release on up. Roll your shoulder blades back and forward one more time. Coming up to a standing position, however that feels good to you. Feet are wide and your hips, toes turned out. Nice big inhale. Arms come up. One more time. Nice big inhale. Sweeping up. Fantastic work. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you stretch, drink plenty of water. See you all next time.